Alright, so back in the garage, it's freezing out, there's snow on the ground. What a better time to go ahead and start upgrading some parts. Right now I'm focused on getting the stock air box out, and I'll replace it with a C&L cold air intake. The first step that I'll be doing is I'll be go ahead and remove the strut braces here. There will be 4 13mm nuts. You'll need a deep well socket to go ahead and remove those. Then I'll go ahead and take the engine cover off. Alright, so I got the engine cover off and I have the brace off. Took those 2 nuts right there, 2 nuts right there, raised the brace up out of the car. And then I took the engine cover off. The engine cover has 4 feet that go into that black hole there, the black hole there, one on this side. It's kind of hard to see. I'm trying to use a flashlight. And then one right there also. You just lift up on each side and the engine cover will pop right up. Next, I'll go ahead and loosen the clamp that secures the stock inlet hose to the throttle body. And I go ahead and work on getting all these clamps and hoses taken off of the stock intake. There's a 10mm screw which is down here. I'm going to go ahead and take that one out. There's also a rubber foot area right down there. And I believe there's one more 10mm screw. I just haven't located it yet. Once I get this whole intake out, I'll go ahead and get ready to transfer stuff over to the new intake. Alright, I now have the C&L cold air intake in the car. Tricky parts to this. One tricky part will be this valve cover hose. See, it goes, the valve cover's here, comes up. That was a little tricky to get in place as it's kind of a stiff piece, but once I got it over the fitting here, the clamp locked right into place. I've tightened all the clamps down. I've tightened the clamps there. I've plugged back in the wiring harness for the mass airflow meter. Make sure it's still tight. I've rebolted the 10mm bolt that is part of the new cold air intake box here with the rubber molding that butts up against the hood. I have not put the tune on the car yet, as the tuner's inside. I'm getting ready to put it back on the engine cover and put back on the strut tower brace. I'll go get the tuner in a second. Alright, so I'm now uploading the tune. But Bama Custom Tuning has provided a very nice step-by-step instruction guide that you can follow. Currently, it is downloading the tune. Engine is at, I believe, maybe 13%. It's kind of hard to see in here right now. I'll back up a little bit. It's plugged into the OBD2 port down there by, actually it's straight across from your hood release. That's where this is plugged into to change the vehicle's tune. I've actually heard the computer itself turn on and off a couple different times as it was loading the tune. As it does say on the instructions that you just follow the prompts and turn the key on when it's needed. Pretty straightforward and easy to follow. So now that the tune will be finished here in another maybe 5 minutes or so, and the intake is installed, and I'll be ready to get it back on the road.